need to tell you about this book. I've never seen anyone talk about it on Booktok. It is a pretty new release, but it's the only male-written female protagonist that I've ever enjoyed. It's very intentionally pretentious, and I had to Google what words meant on almost every single page, but this author's sense of humor scratches an itch in my brain like no other. It's about a French book translator. It's called Bad Eminence. It's by James Greer. It is incredible. I would highly recommend it. The book also contains photos and these funny little fake sponsored content drink recipes.
Books from my physical TBR cart that I am terrified to start, and why. First up is anything by Christina Lauren. I've only read one book of theirs, and it was The Unhoneymooners, and I absolutely hated it, but I believed in the potential in their writing, hence me buying 4 more books from them, even though I hated the one book I read. Alas, I'm scared to start anything by them, but I do feel like I'm gonna like one of these. So, next up is Colleen Hoover. I've read a bunch of her other novels and works, then I actually kind of enjoyed them. I didn't really hate them all that much, but recently I've grown an ick to the author and to the author's books and writings, and now I have these books that I bought, and I'm afraid of reading them, even though I think they're going to be very quick reads and I'll find some enjoyment, but still, I'm afraid of starting them. Next up is Daisy Jones and the Six. I actually have a very different reason for why I'm afraid of reading this book. I know I'm going to love it, and I know I'm going to make it my entire personality, and I know after I finish it, I'm going to keep wishing that I could read it for the first time again. And I'm not ready for that type of heartbreak. So, I'm not going to start this anytime soon. Then we have The Inheritance Game. My story with this series is actually very hilarious to me. I was dead set on getting these covers, and they're so hard to find for some reason, but I finally completed it this year, and actually it was like 2 months ago I got this one, the last one. But a lot of people hated the ending of this series, and I'm so scared of starting it and having the ending be so unsettling, and I'm scared of hating this series, even though I really want to love it because the covers are beautiful and I've heard a lot of great things, but I'm terrified of starting this series, even though I've wanted to read it for such a long time. That's it for this portion of the series. If you want me to make more, I can totally do that, because I'm a very moody reader, and I have this crippling fear of hating the books that I already bought. So, yeah.
Yo, when I tell you that this is one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life, I can't even begin to describe the impact that this incredible book has had on me. If you read this, you will literally fall out of your chair.
I want to know what the genre cozy fantasy means, so we're going to go find.
I've been summoned. Lizzie, welcome to the cozy side of Booktok. So at their core, cozy fantasies are basically the first chapter of Lord of the Rings. They're very low stakes, they're comforting, and they're the perfect palate cleansers between those epic fantasies. Let's do a few rapid regs. Lizzie, you started strong with Legends and Lattes. I cannot recommend this enough. 10 out of 10. This is the template. If you're a fan of authors like Neil Gaiman, you want a little wit in your stories, I highly suggest Terry Pratchett's Discworld series. There's so many books in this, and it's just super fun. If a little romance, dare I say spice, is what you seek, I highly suggest Can't Spell Treason Without Tea. That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. So this is Ever After. And, of course, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Please read this. If you love a good graphic novel, The Garlic and the Vampire, Tea Dragon Society, can't go wrong. Finally, if you're looking for something more sci-fi and hope punk, I highly suggest Becky Chambers' A Psalm for the Wild Bill is an excellent duology, and The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet is really fun.
What is one book that you absolutely could not put down? You devoured it. You started it in one day and finished it in one day. What book is that? What is one book that you absolutely could not put down? You devoured it. You started it in one day and finished it in one day. What book is that? What is one book that you absolutely could not put down? You devoured it. You started it in one day and finished it in one day. What book is that? What is one book that you absolutely could not put down? You devoured it. You started it in one day and finished it in one day. What book is that? What is one book that you absolutely could not put down? You devoured it. You started it in one day and finished it in one day. What book is that? What is one book that you absolutely could not put down? You devoured it. You started it in one day and finished it in one day. What book is that? What is one book that you absolutely could not put down? You devoured it. You started it in one day and finished it in one day. What book is that? What is one book that you absolutely could not put down? You devoured it. You started it in one day and finished it in one day. What book is that?